Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. Today, I'm Abe, your host. Today is October 14th, 2024. So, I'm in a different vehicle today, so no Lammy Chillmeister, no co-host. Yeah, woke up today, just tired. I'm tired, been fighting depression. And don't get me wrong, I had an awesome fucking day off, which we'll get into. But dude, just chemical imbalance, man. Like, it's fucking horrible. Um, and I know it's depression, dude, because I just cry for no reason. And y'all can make fun of me. I don't care. Just like past 2 days, just been like crying for no fucking reason. Um, a lot. I don't know. And, I don't know, it just makes you not want to do anything, makes you not want to clean your house, makes you not want to. I'm scruffy looking, like I need a bath, I need a shave, I need to cut my nails. It literally just makes you not want to do anything. And it'll pass, man. It just comes in waves, dude. But here lately, I've just been dealing with a wave of depression, man. It fucking blows, man. And I've had people, like, I had a coworker I got in an argument with, and he was like, is your life that horrible that you have all these mental problems? And I'm like, dude, it has nothing to do with your life. Like, yesterday, I went and seen Sam Tripoli, one of the happiest days of my life. Like, I'll never forget meeting Sam Tripoli. It was fucking awesome, which we're gonna get into, but, like, it's chemical, bro. I've had multiple head injuries, chemical imbalance, like nothing. That's how you know it's depression, because like your life can be perfect and you're just feeling sad for like no fucking reason. It's brutal, man. But so I'm a little just tired today. Just depression's kicking my ass. It'll pass, though. I know it'll pass. It always does. It just comes in waves. But, it's not a very good day, though. Like, I'm driving a different car because my car chose not to start today. It's not even turning over. So, I have no fucking clue. I gotta go get it towed in the morning. We tried jumping it. We have a jumper. Jumper's not working. So now when I get off work, I got to get my car towed to a shop. And I've already been spending quite a bit of money here lately. Like, I had to pay $800 the other day to get a tree cut down, which it needed cut down because of the Hurricane Helene. We haven't really got anything from Milton, but Hurricane Helene hit our area. We got the outskirts of it, like storms and shit. And it actually hit us kind of hard. Like, we had limbs and shit falling. It was an old tree that was rotten. So now I'm $800 out on that. I spent quite a bit of money on this Sam Tripoli experience. Tickets weren't super high. They were like $30 a ticket. So we bought the tickets, but it's in a bar, so like food, drinks, that costs money. I got a t-shirt. Let me see. Why is everyone getting quiet? With Sam Tripoli on the front. So yeah, it just sucks, man. Like, going to the car today, like getting ready to go to work, and then it just won't fucking start. So now I'm down one vehicle. I'm like stressing about that. But yeah. Let's get on with the show. Today's show is just kind of loosey-goosey. I do want to talk about yesterday, going to Sam Tripoli's comedy show. And, yeah, some good news, bad news, weird news. I just want to tell you about the whole experience. It's conspiracy related because it's Sam Tripoli, but that's what type of episode it's going to be today. But I know for one, dude, like, I work myself up about shit. Like I told you guys, kind of getting into the woo woo. I'm super sensitive to energies. Um, I don't know. I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in energies. I believe in the supernatural, the paranormal. I'm super sensitive to energies. So like I was already working myself up going to see Sam Tripoli. Not that I was gonna back out or anything. Tickets were already bought. Um, but it's in Louisville, and we've been to Louisville. Like I try to stay out of Louisville. I mean, we drive through it when we go on road trips and shit, but we don't stop. Louisville makes me fucking nervous. It's like basically our biggest city in Kentucky. It's the most liberal. Like there's a large presence of like BLM, Antifa there and shit. Um, they during the summer of love, like we went to go see Witch's Tree out that way. Go check that video out. It should be on this channel. This is my backup channel, but it's real fucking sketchy, dude. Like even when we were going, like there was boarded up windows with BLM spray painted on it where they BLM had smashed out windows and shit, and just sad stuff of like small ma and pa businesses and shit. Which at first when BLM first kind of came out and shit, like I would say like I almost fell for like supporting it because I understand the sentiment of it. That there is like systematic racism. Black people just get the shit end of the stick, you know? They do, and I get it. But and there's a theory, Sam Tripoli, speak of the devil. There's a theory that there was an original Black Lives Matter, and it was called Black Lives Matter 2, TOO. And it got infiltrated and taken over by Marxist, basically. And people like, when you tell people this, like blue-pilled people, they're like, what are you talking about? That sounds like a crazy conspiracy. It's like, no, you can actually go on their website. It's a Marxist organization, and like one of their missions is to literally destroy the nuclear family. They're not even hiding it, you know? Which Marxism is fucking evil, and I'm against it, you know? But I understand the sentiment. I believe, you know, all lives matter, you know? Which they think that's racist just saying that, and it's like, do you not understand how the English language works? But so I was already working myself up, stressing about just going to fucking Louisville. The actual section of the town where Sam Tripoli played was actually a really nice section of town. We found parking like that. I was stressing about parking, so we got there super early. Not super early, about an hour and a half, maybe an hour early, because I was worried about finding parking. And we found parking literally like right around the block. Didn't have to pay for it. Found a spot. It wasn't limited to a certain amount of hours. It was like definitely there was 3 or 4, 5 maybe bars in that whole block. Where we seen him was a bar. I cannot remember the name of the bar because I was too excited about getting to see Sam Tripoli, dude. So if you're asking me the name of the bar, I have no fucking clue. It was a nice place. Real small. Like, I think probably in the room when we got there in the room, the room filled up, but I would say it was about 30, 35 people. I'd say 30, around 30 people. Like, it really was a small venue, which is what I like, dude. Inside the bar, it has like a little stage. It's only like a couple feet off the ground. Maybe like maybe about 1.5 foot off the ground. It's a small little stage. It's pretty cool. So there's like this curtain where the DJ is, which was kind of funny because there was 3 comedians that night. Well, 4. There was one guy, he was kind of like an opener / transitioner on introducing people, but he would do like, he did a real small, maybe like 5 minutes, and then introduced the first comedian. They did a full set. And by full set, I mean like maybe like 15 minutes. Each one had 15 minutes. Sam's was the longest, obviously, because he was the main dude. But they had a dude who was kind of like introducing each person, and he would do like 5 minutes in between here and there. It was pretty cool. But they had this curtain, which was kind of funny, and the DJ was behind the curtain, so he couldn't see the people. So they would literally be like, he would introduce a person, and then like the DJ would play music, and the person would have to get on the microphone and be like, all right, cut the music. And they were like, yeah, he can't see us. So like the music would play too late sometimes, or he would just keep playing music, and they're like, okay, like cut the music. So that was pretty funny. But I was outside smoking because I wanted to get some cigarettes in before the show, and I was a nervous wreck because Sam's like my idol, dude. Like, there would not be a podcast without Sam. Art Bell is like an inspiration. William Cooper's an inspiration, but like Sam is the reason I started a podcast. Like, Sam is, he's clean now. He's clean now, and he's a Christian and stuff. But like, you know, like I watched every episode of Tinfoil Hat. I don't think I've missed not one episode. I started from the beginning and watched every single episode of Tinfoil Hat. And he stutters a lot. He always makes the joke that he has, like, he failed first grade twice. You know, like, he's functionally illiterate. He's kind of, I mean, I love him to death, but he's kind of like a burnout like me. And I don't know, dude, he's just a fucking punk rock pirate, dude. He's a fucking pirate. It's the only way I can explain him. Like, that, and he calls himself a Ronin, you know, like, and he truly is like a masterless samurai, dude. He stutters, like, but he's always just fucking hilarious. And I was like, dude, he kind of showed me, like, hey, dude, anyone can do a podcast. And like, you don't have to be like clean cut, and you don't have to be like a super good speaker. He stutters, like I said, he can't read well. He always fucks up the guest's name, you know. It's just Sam, dude. Like, watch one of his podcasts. He's a trip, dude. But he was my main inspiration to starting a podcast. I fell in love with it. Like, I watched one episode. I didn't even know who Sam Tripoli was. I just watched one episode and was like, holy shit, this dude's awesome. Like, and I just got hooked, man. I was unemployed at the time because it was during COVID. And I just kept watching him. I would sit there and just, I couldn't find a job at the time. Like, I literally had a job interview, and then it fell through because COVID literally happened the day after my interview. The first 2 weeks to flatten the curve kicked in. So I was unemployed. I was drawing all day and just listening to Sam Tripoli podcast. And it was actually like, I wasn't being lazy. My wife literally told me, like, hey, just wait 2 weeks till they flatten the curve and then get back into job hunting. So it ended up me being like unemployed for like probably about a month, maybe 2 months, because they never stopped the lockdowns and shit. we were they took an inch. Wait, we gave them an inch and they took a mile. I was trying to remember how the phrase went. So we get to the show. I was originally going to put $50 in my front pocket. My wallet was going to be empty, and then put my credit card in my sock. The neighborhood was actually real fucking nice, dude. So I didn't end up doing that. I just ended up just being like, oh, this is a nice neighborhood for Louisville, you know. It was still kind of sketchy because we walked past a parking spot where you could tell someone's window had been busted out and shit. But I mean, it wasn't super fucking sketchy. It was just, it's a little wild, but the trailer park that I live in is probably worse and sketchier. But it was pretty cool. The stage had like a Ghost Rider motorcycle and like this like Ghost Rider, like basically like a fake Ghost Rider, like a leather jacket. It was a painting of Ghost Rider. It was real weird. It was like a painting of Ghost Rider behind the motorcycle, but they had like an actual leather jacket on the painting and shit. It's hard to explain, but it was pretty fucking cool. Ghost Rider's my favorite superhero. So I was outside smoking cigarettes and I met one of the comics, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember his name, but he was like kind of like a wigger. Like he had like cornrows on, and he was missing an arm, and he was born that way. So at first I just seen him out there chain smoking cigarettes, and I was like, oh, so are you like an opener for Sam Tripoli? And he just goes, no, I'm the main act. And I was like, well, that's funny, because I didn't say it, but I'm thinking it in my head. I'm like, I bought the tickets. The tickets were promoting Sam Tripoli as the main act. But I mean, it just shows you like that dog eat dog. Honestly, first word that came to my mind was ego. And I'm not bashing this guy. Like, he was cool. But like just that competitiveness of stand-up comedians. He's just like, no, I'm the main act. And he was funny. You know, his whole shtick was one-arm jokes. Like, you know, he was hilarious, but it did crack me up, though. It's like, oh, okay. Like, y'all are just some, like, gunslingers, you know? And there was a part of me, too, that kind of respects that. Like, I used to be a punk rock singer, and, like, if I was opening up for another band, I could see me, like, especially with the whole alter ego persona of, like, AB Fiend, which I kind of wanted to get into that with Miss McGillicuddy. It just didn't get brought up, but, like, I don't know. It's real fucking weird, dude. Like, when I created the alter ego AB Fiend, during high school. I was playing around with a lot of hallucinogenics, a lot of drugs, and I created like an alter ego for my band. And like, I don't know, dude, like there's a part of me that's like woo woo, and there's a part of me that's real scientific about shit and skeptical and shit. But like, there would be like a little click before shows. We only did like 3 or 4 shows, but it was like, I kind of get it when you hear like different hip-hop musicians and say that who say like something else takes over. It's almost like possession, like you feel like you are becoming a different person. So I could have seen me saying something like that as AB Fiend, like back in the day, like, I'm the main act, dude, you know. Like, Sam Tripoli's nothing, you know. I'm the real deal Holyfield, you know. So there was him, there was a chick. The first chick, I don't think they had the microphone settings. Like, the first first guy, like I said, that opener, like who was doing the transition periods, you could barely hear him. And then the first lady, you could barely hear like most of her act. We were all just laughing because we knew that she needed a laugh, for one, and two, like you could feel the rhythm of it. We couldn't hear a fucking word she was saying. Like the bass was way too much on the mic, not enough treble. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, they got to get this shit fucking fixed before Sam comes on. Like, otherwise, this is gonna blow. They did get it fixed, but it kind of, I felt bad for her because I'm like, dude, no one can hear what the fuck you're saying. Like, every time she'd talk, the bass was so loud in it that it was just like, and we would figure out when the punchline hit, and we would be like, ha ha ha, yeah, don't know what you said, but yeah. You know, I felt bad for her. She was cool though. She was a trip too. She just had like a messy bun and like, I don't know. She was just wild. Like my wife was out getting French fries from another restaurant, and my wife's like, you want a cheesy fry? She said she just walked by, grabbed the fry, went, and just kept walking. Just like, thanks, bitch. I was like, yeah, she's sassy. I like her, man. But Sam, like, before the show even started, like, Sam is intense, dude. Like, I've seen him on video, like, obviously with his podcast and shit. And he's got that whole Coke energy thing, which I've said this 1,000 times, like, drugs are permanent, dude. To this day, I still chatter my teeth because of Klonopins. I'm real twitchy. You know, you'll see me, I got tics and shit. Sam has, like, the only way I can describe him is, like, this cokehead jack-o'-lantern, like, smile. Like, when he's looking at you, he's looking at you. So he walked in and used the main entrance, and upstairs is where, like, their dressing room is and shit. And he just came in with a little bag and was like, hello, hello. And he looked right at me and was just like staring a hole through me. Just that Sam Tripoli smile, like, hey. I said, what's up, dude? And he just like stared me down for a little bit while he was walking by, and went up to the dressing room. When it was time for him to come on, it was pretty good, man. It was fucking awesome. It was a dream come true. He ended up, my wife went out for French fries, and I was kind of getting on to her. I'm like, dude, you missed it. Like, he roasted me multiple times. Like, there was a point in the show where he was like, hey, I'm starting a apocalypse colony. Who's in? And I just was the first to raise my hand. I said, me. And he said, all right, we got the cure. Because of my hair. Which it didn't insult me because I'm a huge fan of the fucking Cure, dude. I love the Cure. So he's like, we got the Cure. And then some other guys said, I'll join. And he's like, well, what can you do? And he said, I can play guitar. And he's like, okay, we got the Cure and we got a guitarist. We got a band. No more band members. But he would make jokes and like, you know, I would like applaud and shit and, at the punchlines and shit. And he'd be like, the Cure gets it. The whole show, he just kept calling me the Cure and like shouting me out every now and then, like after punchlines and shit. Cause he could tell I was enjoying the show. You know, it's all conspiracy jokes and shit. But like after each joke, like he did it probably like 4 times. He's like, the Cure gets it. He just kept calling me the Cure. It was awesome. But after the show, he had asked like at one point, like Sammy, like I said, they think that they're like Hebrew. They're still doing a lot of research on like their family trees and shit, but they're pretty sure like they're like Irish. They know that for a fact that they're Irish. They got a little bit of Native American. They got Hebrew and a little bit of black, you know. So they're a mutt like me. Like I'm Irish, English, Native American, Scottish, some weird ass like fucking like Finnish or something weird. I'd have to talk to my grandma Williams. It was something weird like Finland or Scandinavia or something crazy. Some super white, super snowy European shit. Vampire people, man. I got 2 tribes of Native Americans. So, I mean, she's a mutt like me, you know. But, Sam was like, do we got any Jews in the audience? And Sammy, my wife, not Sam Tripoli, had been out getting food. And I was like, oh, man, you missed out on that. That and Sam kept roasting me the whole time. So, like, I was like, dude, she's missing out on all of this shit. But after the show, they had a meet and greet. And I don't know if you all have ever been in a meet and greet, but it's pretty much like get in, get out. So I had brought a book. It was Haunted Hotels, something along those lines, something paranormal. And the reason why I brought it was because Sam talks about he gets tons of gifts during shows. And he's a book collector like me, which most conspiracy theorists are book collectors. I have hundreds of books on conspiracies and paranormal and just whatever weird conspiracy, like I have a book on it, you know? And he's the same way. And he has the same problem as me, as not being able to read them all. So, we're in line for the meet and greet. And I walk up to Sam. It's my turn. And like I said, I don't know if you guys know much about meet and greets, but it's pretty much they rush you in. You get to say a couple things, take a picture. It's pretty much, hello, how are you? Fuck you, get the fuck out of here. And that's how every meet and greet is. So if you've never had a meet and greet, do not expect to be able to sit there and have like 5 minutes with someone. It's pretty much get in, get out. And it reminds me of a Christmas story. So I brought this book. It was like Haunted Hotel, something like that. It was just something I had laying around that was like, oh, Sam would like this. I'll give him this. He picks up the book and I put one of my flyers in it with my phone number and email and everything. And he's flipping through and he goes, what's this? And pulls it out and he goes, oh, you got a podcast? We'll get you on the show. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting excited because he's booked out a lot, like, but he does have average Joes like me, like upcoming podcast. And he goes, we'll get you on the show. And then he looks at the book and he goes, you know a lot about this book? Not gonna lie, I've never read that fucking book in my life, but my foot was in the door. I lied to Sam Tripoli. I said, yeah. And he goes, okay, we'll have you on the show to talk about this. And I'm like, fuck. I'm not doomed though. So Sam Tripoli has a booker named Mark Steves who has his own podcast called My Family Thinks I'm Crazy. And Mark Steves would be the one to contact me if I do get on Tinfoil Hat. It's not, I highly doubt it's going to be Sam Tripoli who's contacting me. It would be Mark Steves. Now, Mark Steves, I know, he does trial run podcast, meaning he'll get you on his podcast first. My Family Thinks I'm Crazy. And if you're a good podcast, then he'll put you on Tinfoil Hat. It's kind of like a trial run. That and it's Mark Steves. He's the booker. He has his own podcast. He kind of gets first dibs. So if Mark Steves emails me, I'm going to talk to him and be like, look, dude, I was on the spot. I had my foot in the door. I don't know anything about that book. That book was literally a gift to Sam Tripoli. I've never read it. I just thought it'd be cool to give him a gift because he collects books. But that doesn't mean that I don't have anything that I can't talk about. I've had a demonic experience where I've seen a demon face to face. I've had ghost experiences, orb experiences. I've had 2 UFO experiences where a UFO literally chased my car. I've seen full-blown apparitions. I can talk any fucking conspiracy. We will not run out of shit to talk about. I've been to like Serpent Mound. I've been to the Goatman Bridge. I've been to Hanks Bridge. I've went ghost hunting multiple times. I've been to the radioactive site in Point Pleasant. I have a shit ton I can talk about. So it's not the end of the world, but I will have to explain that to Mark of like, I felt like, what's his name from A Christmas Story, to where he gets up to Santa Claus and Santa Claus is like, so you want a football? He just froze and was like, yeah, I want a football. And he's like, okay, we'll get you a football. And then halfway down the slide, he's like, wait. I meant that I want a Red Ryder BB gun. And he's like, you'll shoot your eye out, you know? I was on the spot. It just came out. I was like, yeah, I know a lot about that book. Nope. I was just on the spot. I had my foot in the door. So I'm like, I just lied through my teeth. I ain't gonna lie. But that doesn't mean we don't have something we can talk about. So I may or may not get on Sam Tripoli's podcast. I'm not getting my hopes up. So don't be like, oh, he's guaranteed. Like Sam said, you're getting on the show. I'll get you on the show. But like I said, I'm just not going to get my hopes up. If it happens, that would be fucking awesome. Because I love Sam Tripoli. He's my favorite podcast. He inspired me to do podcast. But I'm not going to get my hopes up either. Worst case scenario, maybe I could get on My Family Thinks I'm Crazy, because it would be Mark Steves who I would talk to first, you know. But that was the Sam Tripoli show, dude. It was fucking awesome. It was an honor to meet him. He's hilarious. And he is the same person that he is on the podcast. Like, when me and my wife were meeting him, I was like, yeah, when you were about to bash Jews, I said, we got a Jew here, but she was out getting French fries. And I was like, look, Sam, she's got a big butt and big teeth too. And he goes, yeah, I would love to watch you all make love. Because you all know Sam. If you know Sam, you know Sam. He's a creeper, man. And I knew he was going to creep. That's why I said it. But yeah, I would love to watch you all make love. It was fucking awesome, dude. And my wife was like, seriously? And I'm like, what? I had to, dude. Sam he's the exact same person off of the podcast than he is actually in person. Like, he's the same dude. It's not a different guy. It's not an act. Sam Tripoli is fucking Sam Tripoli. But that was my experience meeting Sam Tripoli yesterday. It was fucking awesome. It was amazing. I will never forget it. I'm going to use a picture of me and him as the thumbnail so you get to see, like, I'm not making all this shit up. But that's about it. We'll wrap it up there. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day.